today's class we're making this beautiful granny square pants. If you're new to the channel, my name is Miss Ayi and you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you my love for always coming back. Happy New Year, and let's get right into class. In the previous video we made our granny square, so now we are going to continue to make our pant. So wherever you ended, so we are going to attach the last color at any corner of our granny square, and we are going to chain 2. Your chain 2 count as your first double crochet. In the same space you are going to make a double crochet. You are going to chain 2, and inside the next chain 2 space, you are going to be making 2 double crochet. Chain 2. In the next chain 2 space, you are going to make 2 double crochet. Chain 2, and it brings us to the corner. So in the corner you are going to make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Now instead of chain 2, we are going to be chaining 4, and after you chain 4, you are going to make 2 double crochets again in the same space. So that's your corner. You are going to be making chain 2 for the other 2 corners until you get to the last corner, and you are going to make your chain 4. So you are going to repeat this, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. So I'm at the last corner and I've done my chain 4, and you can see chain 4, and the last 2 was 2 2, chain 2 2 for the corner. So you are going to end it with a slip stitch on top of the chain 2 space. So this is row 1 completed. Now we are going to be joining the squares. To join the square, you are going to take your incomplete square and make a double crochet. So just watch the exact corner you ended your work. That's the same. Place it like equally together and make a 2 double crochets. You are going to chain 2, and it brings us to the chain 4 space, or the first corner. So this is what you should be having, and inside that chain 4 space you are going to make a single crochet. You are going to chain 2 and make a double crochet inside your incomplete corner. Make another double crochet inside the incomplete corner. There you have it. And now you are going to chain 2, make a single crochet inside the chain 4 space, and chain 2 again, and make 2 double crochets inside the corner space. That's the same space. There you go. Now you are going to chain 2, and you are going to make 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. Chain 2, make 2 double crochet in the following chain 2 space. Chain 2, make 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and now it brings us to the corner. So chain 2, and now to the corner, make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. You are going to chain 4 and make 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Chain 2. You are going to continue making your squares. So complete your squares, and I'll meet you at the last corner, and we shall join. So I'm at the last corner and I've done 2 double crochets in the corner. So to complete the corner, we are going to chain 2. Make a single crochet in the complete corner. You are going to chain 2 and make 2 double crochets to complete your corner. Chain 2, make a single crochet in the chain 2 space of your completed square. Make 2 double crochets in your incomplete squares in the chain 2 space. Chain 2, make a single crochet in the chain 2 space of your completed square. Yarn over, make 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space of your incomplete square. You are going to chain 2 and now you are going to slip stitch at the top of your chain 2 space. You are going to chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn. So this is how to join your squares. So we are always going to take an incomplete square and then we join it with the complete square. And with the complete squares, we make single crochets, and in the incomplete squares, we make 2 double crochets to build our work. So now we are going to join the 3rd square. And to join the 3rd square, you are going to make a slip knot attached to the corner of your square, and you are going to chain 2. Chain 2 count as your first double crochet. In the same corner space, you are going to make a double crochet. Now you are going to chain 2 just at the corner of your completed square. You are going to make a single crochet. Chain 2, and inside the corner space of your incomplete square, you are going to make 2 double crochets. You are going to chain 2 and this is what your work should be looking like. Inside the chain 2 space of your completed square, you are going to make a single crochet, yarn over. Inside the very first stitch of your incomplete square, you are going to make 2 double crochets. Chain 2, make a single crochet in your back stitch and make 2 double crochets in your front square. Chain 2, make a single crochet inside the chain 2 space of your completed square. Yarn over, make 2 double crochets inside the chain 2 space of your incomplete square. Chain 2, make a single crochet inside the corner space. Now it brings us to the corner space. Now you're going to chain 2, make 2 double crochets inside the corner space. Make 2 double crochets. You are not going to chain 2. Make 2 double crochets inside the corner space, and now chain 2. And make a single crochet again inside the same corner space. Chain 2 and make 2 double crochets inside your incomplete square at the corner space. So now we've built our second corner. Now you are going to chain 2 and keep repeating this until the end of the row. At the end of the row, you are going to chain 2 and slip stitch inside the chain 2 space of your first stitch, and you are going to chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn. Now this is for a size medium to large, so if you are making for a size extra large, consider making attaching 4 squares, but if you are making for a small to medium, consider attaching 3 squares. So we've attached our first 3, and now we are going to be increasing or grow our work. So you are going to again connect your work at the corner space, chain 2 and make a double crochet in the same stitch. You are going to chain 2, and now we are going to be joining it to our complete square, the corner space. Make a single crochet, chain 2 and make 2 double crochets in the incomplete corner stitch, 1 and 2. You are going to chain 2, make a single crochet inside your chain 2 space of your completed square, and make a double crochet in the chain 2 space of your incomplete square. Chain 2, make a single crochet inside the chain 2 space of your completed square, and make 2 double crochets in the opposite direction inside your incomplete square. Chain 2 again. We are going to be alternating between single crochet and 2 double crochets, and it brings us to the corner space, chain 2, and inside your corner space you are going to make a single crochet. Now to the corner space you are going to make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. You are going to chain 2, and inside where the stitches are meeting, the 2 corners are meeting, you are going to make a single crochet. You are going to chain 2 and make 2 double crochets to complete your corner. Chain 2, and now you are going to work around your square till the end. Make sure with the corners you make 2 double crochet, chain 4 and 2 double crochets. So at the end you are going to make a slip stitch inside the chain 2 space, and you are going to chain 1, cut and fasten your work. So now this is what your work should be looking like. We are going to attach again another square, and just as we've been doing, we are going to be repeating the same exact method. Up until this point, if you don't understand anything, my love, my baby, my darling, leave it under the comment section so we'll be able to attend to you. And if you are getting it, also leave a heart sign under the comment section. Let us know you are following through. You are going to connect your yarn again and chain 2, make a double crochet in the same stitch. So we are building our first corner. You are going to chain 2, and we are going to now attach it to our complete square. So we are attaching it from the corner, and you are going to chain 2 and make 2 double crochets in the same corner space. You are going to chain 2 inside the very first stitch of your completed square. You are going to make a single crochet. In the very chain 2 space of your incomplete square, you are going to make 2 double crochets. Chain 2. In the very next 2 chains, you are going to make 2 single crochets, and in your incomplete square you are going to make 2 double crochets. chain 2, make a single crochet, yarn over, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, make a single crochet, yarn over, it brings us to the corner, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and in the middle where the 3 squares meet, inside the single crochet space, you are going to make a single crochet. Chain 2, make 2 double crochets to complete your corner. Chain 2, and this is what your work should be looking like. So you are going to make your single crochet in the very first chain 2 space of your completed square. Make a double crochet in your 2 double crochets in your incomplete square. Chain 2, make a single crochet, yarn over, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, make a single crochet, yarn over, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, make a single crochet, yarn over, it brings us to the corner, so make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and inside the very middle where the 2 corners meet, inside the single crochet space, you are going to make a single crochet, chain 2, and make 2 double crochets to complete your corner. Chain 2, and now you are going to complete your square by making 2 double crochets, chain 2. When you get to the corner, make sure you make 2 double crochet, chain 4, and 2 double crochets. So attach your last square and I'll meet you when I'm done. So this is what my work is looking like. We are going to be attaching one square at the end of each row and I'll meet you. So I've attached my 1 square. You are going to repeat the same exact thing. Attach a square at the end. So the first row will have 3 squares and the second row would have 5 squares. If you're making for a size extra large, the first square row would have 4 squares and the second would have 6 squares. Attaching our square, I've already attached to the corner and I've made my double crochet. So you are going to attach it to the corner and complete your corner. There you go. And now you are going to chain 2 and work your single crochet, yarn over, and work your 2 double crochets and chain 2, make your single crochets and make your 2 double crochets, chain 2, single crochet, yarn over, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, yarn over, single crochet, and it brings us to the corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, make your single crochet in the corner, chain 2, and complete your corner with 2 double crochets. Now you are going to work around until the end of the row. Remember, every corner you're going to make 2 double crochet, chain 4 and 2 double crochet. So this is what you should be having. Now we are going to be working our last row on top of our 3 square space. So with the last row, you are going to attach your work at the corner, and we are going to work through to the end. So attach your work at the first row, the very first corner of your first square row. Attach your yarn, and you are going to chain 2. Yarn over and make a double crochet in the same stitch. So that's the corner space. Now you are going to chain 2. Inside the chain 2 space, the next chain 2 space, you are going to make 2 double crochets. One and 2. You are going to chain 2. Inside the next chain 2 space, you are going to make 2 double crochets. Chain 2 again. Inside the next chain 2 space, you are going to make 2 double crochets. Chain 2, and you are going to keep repeating this until the end. So let's work to the first corner. So inside this corner, you are going to be working only 2 double crochets, so you are not going to be making corners. So 2 double crochets inside a single crochet space, and you are going to keep repeating this until the end. So with this row, the corners would only be at the top, the 2 corners. The rest is 2 double crochets, chain 2. Now at the end, you are going to slip stitch inside the corner space and chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn. This is what your work should be looking like. You are going to go ahead and make this same exact thing for the other side. So this is one side of the trousers. Go ahead and make the same, repeat the same exact pattern, and I'll meet you at the end. And if you're making for a size extra large, make sure your first row is 4 squares and your second row is 6 squares. So I'll meet you when I'm done with my other side, and we shall join this together and start our main work. So this is the other side completed, and you should be having something like this. Now we are going to be stitching this together, and to stitch this together, you can use a darning needle to mark the middle, that corner, to hold it. But if you don't have a darning needle, that's fine. Just make sure you align your pattern well. Now to begin with your first corner, you are going to attach your yarn, and you are going to chain 2. Make a double crochet in the same space, and you are going to pick the second panel. Inside the corner space, you are going to make a single crochet. Yarn over, make a double crochet in the first chain 2 space. Chain 2, make a single crochet in the back panel. Yarn over, make 2 double crochets in the next chain 2 space of your front panel. Chain 2, make a single crochet at the back panel. Make 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space of your front panel. Chain 2, make a single crochet inside the back panel. Yarn over, make 2 double crochets inside the chain 2 space of the front panel. Chain 2, make a single crochet in the back panel, yarn over, make 2 double crochets in the front panel, make a single crochet in the back panel. So now we are at the corner where we slip stitch, and you can see my work is pulling off, so I'm just going to make sure I chain mine to insert my hook through the corner to tighten it, and now make a single crochet in the very corner. So it's advisable to place a stitch marker in that corner where your squares meet, so you wouldn't have any problem missing stitch. From here henceforth, you are going to chain 2, and instead of making alternating between double crochet and single crochet, we are going to be attaching the work with only single crochets. So inside the chain 2 space, you are going to make 2 single crochets, and inside the 2 double crochets, you align them together and make 2 single crochets. So 2 single crochets in the chain 2 space, 2 single crochets in the double crochet space, and we are going to be joining. This is how we are going to be joining it together until the end of the row. Also, you can decide to join this with slip stitches, but I join mine with single crochets. So join it until the end of the corner, the chain 2 space. So this is how your work should be looking like. At the end, you are going to chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn. Now we've joined the first part together, and now we are going to turn our work gently. So this is the front panel, and this is the wrong side, and the right side. You are going to turn your work gently again, and we are going to be connecting the other sides together. So we are going to be joining the same as we did for the back. We are going to be joining it. So at the end of the row, you are going to chain 1 or 2, cut and fasten your work. And now we've joined the back together. Now we are going to be joining the bottom side together. Again, you can place a stitch marker at the middle side, the middle, so your work can be aligned. But if not, then that's fine. If you can eyeball it and make sure you place your work together very well, that's equally fine. So we are going to slip stitch, make a single crochet in the corner, attach your yarn at the corner, and here again I'm going to be working single crochets, but you can also choose to work slip stitches. So 2 single crochets in the double crochet space and 2 single crochets in the chain 2 space. So we are attaching both the front and the back panel. So 2 single crochets in the chain 2 space and 2 single crochets inside the double crochet space. So you are going to keep attaching it with single crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. So at the end of the row, you are not going to cut your yarn. So we are going to start making the legs of our pants. So this is what your work should be looking like. If the strands will confuse you, please go ahead and fasten and cut all loose ends. If you'd be able to see, then fine, you can finish off your work before cutting off any loose ends so your work will not unravel. Either ways, you have to be careful when you are fastening and cutting off the tail ends so your work would be intact. Now we are going to start connecting with our pants, the legs. So now you are going to take an incomplete square, and where you ended off, you are going to make 2 double crochet inside the corner space of your incomplete square. You are going to chain 2, and now to the corner space of your completed square, you are going to make a single crochet, chain 2, and make 2 double crochets inside the chain 2 space. Chain 2 and make a single crochet, and make 2 double crochets, chain 2, make a single crochet in the completed square, make 2 double crochets in the incomplete square, chain 2, make a single crochet in the completed square, make 2 double crochets in the incomplete square. Just as we attached our squares, that's the same format we are going to be using throughout. So there we go. Make a single crochet in the completed square, and it brings us to the corner. So make 2 double crochets in the incomplete square at the corner. You are going to chain 2, and inside the corner where the single crochets meets in the middle, we are going to make a single crochet on top of the single crochets. Chain 2 and make 2 double crochets inside your corner space to complete it. Chain 2, and now you are going to work to complete your squares, but remember, in the corners you'll be making 2 double crochet, chain 4 and 2 double crochets. So go ahead and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of the row, you are going to chain 2 and slip stitch. You are going to chain 1 or 2, cut and fasten your yarn. So we've attached 1 square. So we are going to keep building this until we have our desired length for the pant. So to attach the second square, we are going to be using the same method by attaching our yarn to the corner of our incomplete square. So attach your yarn to the corner of the incomplete square, chain 2 and make a double crochet. You are going to attach it to the complete square with a single crochet, chain 2 and make 2 double crochets. Chain 2, make a single crochet inside the complete square, make 2 double crochets in the incomplete square. Chain 2, make a single crochet in the chain 2 space and make 2 double crochets in the incomplete square. Make a single crochet in the complete square, make 2 double crochets in the incomplete square. chain 2, make a single crochet in the complete square, and it brings us to the corner. So make 2 double crochets in the corner of the incomplete square, chain 2. Inside where all the chain 1 stitches meet at the corner, you are going to place single crochet there and chain 2, and you are going to make 2 double crochets to complete your corner. And now you are going to chain 2 inside the complete square, the very first chain 2 space. We are going to make a single crochet. Make 2 double crochets inside the incomplete square. Chain 2. Make a single crochet inside the complete square. Make 2 double crochet inside the incomplete square. Chain 2. Make a single crochet inside the complete square. Make 2 double crochet inside the incomplete square. Chain 2. Make a single crochet inside the complete square. Make 2 double crochets inside the corner, chain 2, and it brings us to where all the corners are meeting. So inside the single crochet space, you are going to make a single crochet, chain 2, and you are going to make 2 double crochets to complete our corner. We are going to work to complete the square, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. So at the end of the row, you are going to chain 2, and inside the chain 2 space, your very first chain 2 space, you are going to make a slip stitch, chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn. So we've attached 2 squares, and we are going to keep repeating this until we've attached all our 5 squares. So you are going to turn your work or place it again well, and I'm going to attach my third square. So from here, you are going to watch carefully how I'm attaching it, because it's the same exact process we are using. So I'm going to walk you through, and feel free to leave your comment under the comment section where you don't understand. And yeah, let's attach our squares. If you haven't subscribed to the channel up until this point, my love, my darling, my baby, this is a new year. You have to change. Yes, you have to change. Please subscribe to the channel and tell a friend to always come to class. And if you're a returning subscriber and you've made it up until this point, thank you. Thank you so much to you all. This new year, let's change. Subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way to help us and motivate us to create more. At the end, you are going to make a slip stitch inside the chain 2 space, and you are going to chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn. So you should be having something like this, and now we are left with 2 squares to connect until we are done with our third row or our first row. After joining, so now you are going to place the 4th and 5th stitch, and the same exact way we've been connecting it, you are going to make it the same, and I'll meet you when you are done connecting your 4th row. So I'll walk you through how to connect your 4th row, your 4th square, and we shall meet when you are done connecting your 4th square. So from here, I think you are just going to have to pay attention to the video, watch again if you don't understand, and follow through what I'm doing, and you would arrive at the same result. So go ahead and connect your 4th square, and I'll meet you when I'm done connecting mine. At the corner, you are going to create a corner again by making 2 double crochet and chain 2, and we are going to attach it to the single crochet of the corner clusters, and you are going to chain 2 and make 2 double crochets in the corner space. You are going to chain 2 and make a single crochet in the complete square, and you are going to keep working until you get to the next corner, and we shall attach it to the corner cluster. At the second corner, you are going to chain 2 and you are going to attach it to the corner cluster and make 2 double crochets to complete your corner. And now you are going to work to complete your squares, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. At the end of the row, you are going to make a slip stitch inside the 2 double crochet space, the 2 chain space, and you're going to chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn. So we are done attaching the 4th square, and now we are going to attach our last square. So the 5th square is going to be attaching in 3 corners or 3 sides, so from the down to the first corner and to the second corner and to the third corner. So go ahead and watch the video as I walk you through on how to connect. So I've connected from the down to, this is the first corner, and with the first corner you're going to chain 2 and complete your corner, and you are going to repeat this to the second corner and the third corner, and watch through, and I'll meet you at the end. So I'm going to walk you through until the end of the row. At the end of the row, you are not going to cut your yarn, you're just going to pull. So this is how your work should be looking like. So we've attached 3. So you are going to go ahead and follow the same exact process. So bring your incomplete square and start connecting, and we are going to finish off one leg before we move to the next. So bring your incomplete square, attach, and go all round until the end of the row. So I would keep attaching it until I have my desired length for the trousers. So watch as I walk you through how to begin with your attaching the squares. So anytime you end, don't cut the yarn. You are going to just use it to join to the next row. So you're going to keep doing this until you have your desired length for the trouser. So just watch as I walk you through a few more rows, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. At the end, when I have my desired length. So after completing the first square, you are going to chain 2, and you are going to make your slip stitch. So I'm completing the corner, and make your last double crochets, and you are going to chain 2 and connect to complete your yarn. Always after the first square, after attaching the first square of each row, you are going to chain 1, cut and fasten your yarn before you begin connecting the next one with at the corners. So the first one is always at the previous row. You don't cut the previous row, you use that to connect the first square, and from the second square going, you have to cut and start from the corner of your work, and you are going to go through and connect your work until you have the desired length, and I'll meet you when I have the length for my trousers. This is the length of my trousers, and I connected 6 granny square, including the previous 2 we did, so that would be 8 in total. So 8 rows, including the previous 2 we did before attaching the legs. So this is your first leg done, and we are going to be repeating the same exact process for the second leg. So I'm going to walk you through how to make or start your second leg so you can follow this process through. It's the same, the pattern has not changed, it's the same. So you are going to just locate your very first square, and you are going to place your incomplete square under and connect it. So this is the incomplete square, so attach your yarn chain 2 and make a double crochet all in the corner. So we finished the first half of the corner. You are going to chain 2, and inside the middle of your corner you are going to make a single crochet, chain 2, and you come back to complete your corner by making 2 double crochets in the corner space. You are going to chain 2, and inside the complete corner you are going to make a single crochet. Inside the complete square you will make a single crochet, and you are going to make 2 double crochets inside the chain 2 space, chain 2, make a single crochet in the complete corner, and you are going to keep alternating this until you are done attaching the very first row of your square. So we started with the first corner, and now to the second corner you are going to make 2 double crochets in the corner. You are going to chain 2, attach it to the middle of the corner, the chain 1 space, chain 2, and complete your corner by making 2 double crochets. You are going to work to complete your square, and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of the row, you are going to make a slip stitch inside the chain 2 space, and you are going to chain 2 or 1, cut and fasten your yarn. So this is attaching the first square. So you are going to connect the other square. You are going to use the same exact process to attach the second, third, and fourth, and you are going to keep attaching this row until the end of the row. Keep connecting the squares until you have the desired length for the trousers, and I'll meet you when I have both trousers completed. I'll walk you through row 1 so you would know how to connect the piece. So just watch the video as you go and do the same exact thing as I'm doing to connect your row 1 of the second leg. I'm done connecting both sides, and this is what the leg looks like. And now I went ahead and cut and fastened all loose ends, but I left one, so I'm going to show you how to cut and fasten all loose ends. Your work should be looking like this. So you are going to tighten the strands. So I made sure I secured it with a nut, and I did it for all the other side, connecting all the nuts and tightening it. So after tightening all the tail ends with the nut, you are going to cut it, and make sure you cut it in a way that your work will not unravel. So that's basically what I did. But if you also sew in your loose ends as you were working your squares, that's equally fine. You will not have a lot of cutting to do. But if you didn't, then you just have to go through this process and make sure you tighten it and cut all loose ends, and this is how your work should be looking like. And now this should be a perfect length, but if you want to still go ahead and make some extra length, that is the ruffle. So before I make the ruffle, you are going to join your yarn at one corner of your work, and you are going to chain 2 count as your first double crochet. In the same stitch, you are going to make 2 double crochets. You are going to chain 2. In the next chain 2 space, you are going to make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. You are going to chain 2. In the next chain 2 space, you are going to make 2 double crochets, chain 2, make 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and you are going to keep repeating this until the end of the row. So we are going round with 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 2, all around until the beginning, or where we started from. When you get to where we started from, you are going to chain 2 and make a slip stitch inside the chain 2 space, and this is how your work should be looking like. I'm going to go around and make 2 more of this row. So this is row 1. So row 2, you are going to slip stitch it to where the chain 2 space is, and you are going to chain 2 and make a double crochet in the same stitch, chain 2 and make 2 double crochets in the chain 2 spaces, and you are going to repeat the pattern until the end of the row. 2 double crochets, chain 2, make 2 double crochets in the next stitch, chain 2, make 2 double crochet, chain 2, all around until the end of the row. So this is row 2. So make 2 chains, and you are going to slip stitch. Now row 3, you are going to chain 2 and make 2 double crochets, and you are going to go round until the end of row 2. Now row 3, we are going to be making our ruffles from row 3. Inside the 2 chains, you are going to make 4 double crochets, and on top of the 2 double crochets, you are going to make 2 double crochets each in each row. So we are increasing, so in each stitch you are going to make 2 double crochets. So on top of your double crochet, you make 2 double crochets, and in the next double crochets you make 2 double crochets. Inside the chain 2 space, you are going to make 4 double crochets. You are going to repeat this until the end of the row. At the end of the row, you are going to slip stitch and chain 3. Chain 3 count as your first double crochet. Now you are going to make 2 double crochet in a stitch, and a double crochet in the next. So we are going to be alternating between 2 double crochets and a double crochet. So 2 double crochet in a stitch, a double crochet in the next, 2 double crochet in a stitch, a double crochet in the next. You are going to keep repeating this until the end of the row. At the end of the row, you are going to slip stitch, and you are going to chain 1, cut and fasten your work, and we are done with the ruffles. And you are going to repeat the same exact thing for the other side of the leg. So make your ruffles and go ahead and cut all loose ends, and you are done. Sorry, I have cold, so as you can see today my voice has literally changed. I'm battling cold. So at the end with the waist, you are going to attach your work at the back of your side of your work, and you are going to chain 3, and inside the same space you are going to place a double crochet. You are going to place chain 2 and keep making 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, and chain 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, just as we did for around the leg. You are going to go 1 row at the waist, and if you want your waist to be a bit high, consider making 2 rows. Sorry. So at the end of the row, you are going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3 space, and you are going to cut chain 2 or 1, cut and fasten your yarn. So this is the end of your work. You are going to go ahead, cut and fasten all loose ends, and we are done. So to make an adjustment chains, you are going to put 4 strands together and make a very long chain to go around the waist. I made about 200 chains, but you can make lesser or more depending on your preference. So go ahead and make the chains, and we shall connect it to the waist for adjustment. So this is how your work should be looking like. And now with the adjustment chain, you are going to locate the middle of your work, and we are going to put in and out of each stitch, each 2 double crochet stitch. So front, you go front and pull it through the back, from front and back, and you are going to keep alternating this until you get to the other side. And your work is done. If you like this video, please leave us a heart sign under the comment section, and if you are a returning subscriber again and again, thank you so much for coming to class. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Until we meet next week in class, stay safe. Bye bye.